Hello, this is Steve from Thailand, living here with my wife Noi. Today I wanted to show you my HO scale train set that I made. I started it in this middle, just before Christmas actually, middle of December, and I finished it just before Australia Day. I wanted to finish it before my brother come to Thailand so he could look at it. So it took me 6 weeks to make. I'm really happy with it. I'll let you decide whether you like it or not. I live in Phichit in Thailand. In Thailand it's really hard to buy houses. I've tried everywhere to buy houses. I had this one station and my brother brought that over. He also brought that house there over and this house here. Down this end I really love tanks. So I sort of made it like an open day for tanks. You see the people gathered around and looking at the military. All this grass I made myself. It's just sawdust with different coloured paint. And then I've got a little bit of static grass on top, which didn't work out very good either. I got a static applicator, but just couldn't get it to stand upright. So this here is like a lake. Got people rowing around, got people fishing on the side and sitting on the sand. This is like a horse farm. Yeah, this is my horse farm and a cow paddock. Got people living there. This is all the sidings for the trains. I actually enjoy backing the trains up and hooking into them. It's not actually, the engines I've got aren't compatible with half of the couplings. Like the couplings on this one here I find extremely good, but there's only 2 engines that have actually got that coupling and neither of them really work that good. And this is the other coupling, which I don't have any engines, believe it or not, that's got that coupling. All the trains have got that sort of coupling. These ones over here, I've got the coupling for that I really like, but they don't actually work very good. They work, but they don't work as nice as the other ones. Over here I made like a drag racing display just with funny cars. You can see where they're unloading them from the train carriage. This one here is going to get lifted off with a crane. Down here is like the industry for basically just repairing trains is the only industry I really have. Like a maintenance shed. In there they have like they repair the trains. And over here and this is the old display steam engines that don't work in the theory for the train track. They actually do work. But but I'd rather diesel. I've always loved diesel engines. Down here is another car park, mainly for the staff that work rebuilding and repairing and doing maintenance on the engines. And this is some railway houses where people can look after the track. Got some. This is my waterfall here, going down into this pond. Got more people fishing. The waterfall starts from up the top there. I've never really been able to figure out how they do the time lapse, like when they make things. I would have liked to have used time lapse or something to when I made this track, but I just took a lot of photos and I put it in another video, like the different stages. And this is tunnels that go in and out. Got plenty of trees and everything. What I'll do is I'll start some trains going. Actually got 4 main lines, and each line has got separate lines to hook up different carriages. Like this one, it's got a line just there that backs back into there. This one here has multiple. It's got a line that goes all the way to pick up these big carriages, and all these carriages here all join onto this secondary line here for that main engine. And then this big train here, I back up over this line here, and then it picks up all of these carriages here. And then this engine here can reverse down this siding to where this train's parked, and these carriages. This layout's a DC layout, because all these engines I bought when I was in Australia, but they're all DC. Except for, I believe that one there actually, I remember now, is a DCC engine. But it doesn't work properly without a decoder. but it works perfectly fine on this track. These are my favourite engines, these ones. These ones over here actually have 4 of those engines. You can see in here, there's that one there. I've got the Garn, which is an Australian train that goes to Adelaide to Darwin on a great journey, and I've got this one. These 4 big trains run on the main outside line. They seem to work perfect on that line. And I've got these Pacific National, 3 of these engines. This is one of my favourites. This one is so heavy. And that all works on this second line, this line here on the inside. And this one here to work on all of them. That one to work on all of them. This big green one over there doesn't really work that good. It's just too big. That one there works fine. Bought all these engines when I was living in Australia. Just uncoupled that one. Like I said, I'm not really very fond of these couplers. All these modern engines I've got seem to be with this particular coupler. That Santa Fe train works really good on this inner circle one because it's the tightest radius. It's not flexible track, it's just like the track I had that if you look at the track, it's a little bit like rusty, but it was always like that, but it seems to work fine. These engines are incredibly powerful. They'll pull multiple carriages, but I've never had much luck. I've had 4 carriages is the most. Every time I get more than 4 on there, it just decouples. And believe it or not, when you run 4 trains at once, you have to keep an eye on them, because what happens is you don't notice, like over here, this actual engine as decoupled, and then the other one ran into it. I've still got some things to do on the track. I have to put the lights in the houses. I've got all the lights and I've already wired them up with the resistor on it. I just have to get around to doing it. I've been so busy doing other things with the fish, setting up everything. All these trees and that I bought off the Zunda horses and that, the tanks. As you can see, some of the tanks I've got in a display cabinet up there. I've had for years. This is my room. I just come out here and relax. Got all my autograph pictures. I got that picture there painted when I owned a Thai restaurant. That picture over there is a two-piece picture my daughter painted. It's like in a Thai long neck women theme. All these autograph pictures I've had for 25 years. I got them before I got married 24 years ago. Like that Harrison Ford one, it's from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. And he's crossing a bridge. Two autograph pictures there of Audrey Hepburn. Got a room up there for an air conditioning. When I first got here, I was using this track here. I bought, believe it or not, in Sydney for $10. But it doesn't work very good. It's sort of, I was going to just add on to it, but I discovered that it's too tight, the radius for all bar one of my engine. So I decided to make it myself. Sometimes if I'm tired, I sleep out here. Just out my window is me tilapia pond. It's got 1100 in there at the moment. Just got 700 pink ones, red tilapia. They've been working good. Really happy with the way it worked out. Obviously it's not as good as any of these other ones I see on YouTube. But I always wanted to make a train set when I was in Sydney working as a bricklayer. Worked as a bricklayer 40 years. Yeah, and when I was in Sydney I just gathered all the engines, and my son bought a lot of these carriages on eBay, not eBay, Facebook Marketplace. Very cheap. That's where I got all the track, on Facebook Marketplace. All these track connectors and turnouts. It's incredible how much track I ended up getting for very cheap. Like, I've still got this excessive amount of track in here, like all curved tracks and all these turnouts. They're all basically new, most of them. These ones here aren't new, but like I said, I've got that many of them. When I made the track, I've got 2 sheets of ply, 8x4. So the track itself is 4.8 long and 1200 wide. And on top of it, on the top of the ply, I put gyprock back to front, so the cardboard part out. And I find it was easy. I was just pushing thumbnails into the track to hold it into position, and it worked out good. And some of it I used screws. And unfortunately, there's a screw just there, like I have to take out. I noticed just before that there was a couple I've seen. I have to take out and then put some more ballast in there. Sure there's one, yeah, there's one over here. Another one there. But I don't want to look too hard, I'm finding heaps of them. Yeah, but I really enjoyed making it. I just stay out here at night, and this pond is like painted underneath, and it's got like epoxy resin. I like how it's gone over the sand and everything. There's a lot of things that's not great on the track. For some people would think that it's not very good. But I always doubted myself with everything I do. I never thought I'd be able to build one. I surprised myself. I really enjoyed doing it. All like plaster under the mountain. Never did anything like this before. A lot of tracks you can have like just an end to end, a run from one end to the other end, which is really good, but I like to see the trains go around. I've always liked that. But sometimes when I come in here, I like to back the trains up to hook up the carriages, and then drive back out with them. It's quite fun. I like to swap the engines around all the time too. This yellow one, I'll rotate that with the gun, and the other two and I actually got a lot more train stuff in here. All that is all different train engines, carriages I meant. And I got more train engines there that worked, but I just didn't really have much room to store things. These ones here, believe it or not, only actually run on the outside track. Then because they're so long, they sort of just cut around the corner a little bit. And this steam engine works really good, this one. This thing, believe it or not, is what I used when I first hooked all the track up. I just put that on and it just seemed to work so good. Just to see if there's enough current and everything going to it. Whoops. I can't find any train layouts in Thailand. Even in the shops I've looked in Bangkok. My son lives in Finland and I want to go over there this year to visit him. And I want to go down to Hamburg to the Wonderland to see the trains there. I've always wanted to go there. Never thought I'd get over there because it's just too far. But now it's a perfect opportunity now that I can go visit my son. And see the train at the same time. Well, I hope I didn't bore everybody. I really enjoy my train set that I made. Seriously, if anybody's in Thailand and they want to see a HO scale train set, I live in Phichit, which is the centre of Thailand. Up from Bangkok about 3 hours. If anybody would like to come and have a look, quite welcome to come. If you leave a message, I'll give you my address. And you're quite welcome to come and have a look. Give me some pointers. See if I can rectify a few things. But overall, I'm happy with what I've done with it. Like I said, I'm only a bricklayer, but I love HO scale train track. I've always enjoyed them. When my kids were younger, that's where I bought the Santa Fe and the 3 train sets. And we had a train set up in Sydney. Once the kids got older, they lost interest. And we went to like train exhibitions all the time. My kids made these dioramas like possibly 15 years ago. I took them apart and you'll see bits of it on here. All these tree stumps come out of their diorama. That one over there, and this lean-to, and this tree here, and that tree there, and that tree over there. They actually made them when they were at the train place. They had like twigs and then they put like this stuff on it. It was like sponge sort of stuff. Turned out really nice. I've used it in the train layout. I've got my orange orchard here. In this house here, my brother made and brought it over on Australia Day. His son made it out of resin. 3D printer, that's what it was. I couldn't work out how he made it. But that's actually his replica of his house. And that's a replica of his house too. I had these couple of stations, platforms. Well, thank you very much for watching. This is Steve living in Thailand with my wife Noi. Thank you. Bye.